Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Dr. Mohammad Miraz Alam, Assistant Professor of Economics, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's lecture, I will discuss the demographic features of Indian population. In another word, demographic features in India. This is the part of Indian economy, which is a paper taught in the second semester of BA B.Ed program. This is the basically for the student of second semester of economics. Before discussing the demographic changes in India or demographic features in India, I will tell you the concept about the demography. What is demography? It's all about what is the meaning of demography, and what is the demographic transition. Demography means, it's very simple, as you all know that demography means study about population. When we study about the nature, features, structure of the population, usually we study it under the head of demography. Okay, demographic transition. I think you all are heard the word transition. Transition means from one stage to another stage. When we move from one phase to another phase, usually we called it transition phase or transition. Like that in demography, it is also some transition take place. Okay. Demographic transition means fundamental changes in the characteristics trends of population. Okay. The theory of demographic transition, uh, based on an interpretation of demographic history, okay, developed by 1920 by American demographer Warren Thompson. In the 1940s and the 1950s, Frank Nordsian developed a more formal theory of demographic transition, which postulates a three-stage sequence of birth and death rate as typically associated with economic development. It means demographic transition theory has a three phases, and any uh, demographic feature or uh, transition which takes place in the population through the three phases, right? In the first stage or in the first phase, pre-industrial society, rate of population growth was very is slow. Okay, rate of population growth was slow. Why? Because in the pre-industrial society, the birth rate was very high, but at the same time, the death rate was also very high. So in that case, when birth rate is high and death rate is also high, the population will constant. The growth rate may be negative in that case or may be positive, but usually it was positive but very slow. Means the life expectancy of the people was very low. The reason is that there are various reasons of the high birth rate and death rate. In this stage, usually in the first stage, that is, the birth rates are very high due to universal and early marriage. There are a reason for high birth rate as universal and early marriage. Early marriage uh, is the big contributor in the population growth. Why? Because in the early stage of life, usually male and female are more productive as compared to later stage uh, later stage of life, which is medically proved. No family planning. There were no concept of family planning. There were traditional customs, illiteracy are prominent. The reason, prominent reason for the high birth rate at in the first stage. In the first stage, death rate is also very high due to insufficient of diet. The food crisis were there. Okay, there were traditional means of production. There were less amount of food production where takes place. People were uh, having insufficient diets, no adequate medical care facilities, scientific development were less developed, less medical facilities were available in the time of pre-industrial society. Poor sanitation facilities, famine and hunger were commonly observed in the pre-industrial society. Why famine and hunger? Now, there are various reasons of famine and hunger. As we all know that hunger, uh, what what do you understand by hunger? Uh, there are people are usually having lack of food, which caused weaknesses, which was the point where famine comes. Okay, famine and hunger both are one of the uh, you know parameters which is caused by lack of health, lack of good health. The reason is that there are lack of food material available for the people. The second stage, the second stage, in the second stage of population explosion, birth rate remains high. In the usually you will find that in the second stage of this theory of demographic transition, population explosion takes place. Why? Birth rate remains high, but death rate begins to decline rapidly. Okay, with the gradual attainment of economic development, the living condition of the people started to improve due to better and regular diet, better medical facilities, better medical innovations, immunization program takes place across the world, and vaccines. That's why, in the second phase of this theory, there were the population explosion, which means birth rate was very high, but at the same time, death rate declining sharply because of that reason. In the third stage of this theory, a stage of low population growth rate, low death rate, small family size, low growth rate. Okay, this is the characteristic of third stage of the population theory of demographic transition. With the growing industrialization, growing urbanization, the adaptation of a small family, etc., become much popular and wide in this stage. Okay, uh, there were rough idea about the uh, population and demography and demographic theories. Okay, where data comes from, where the demographic data comes from. In every country of the world, there is a system collection of data. Likewise, like that in India, there is a population census takes place in every uh, 10 years since independence. Before, in fact, first census was takes place in 1872, but it was not all over the India. It was for the selected areas, right? But first complete census, which is also known as enumeration, takes place in 1881. From 1881 till today, there are census uh, in every 10 years, which provide the most accurate data about demography and population. Okay, the first census takes the first census after independence in India takes place in 1951. Right. Uh, so uh, at that time, India having a population is almost 35 crore. But in current the estimated population data comes from the different organizations. Currently, India having a population is almost 135 crore. It is the increment of 100 crore in almost 74 years. Yeah. So I was talking about census. In first census, I already told you, held in 1872. First regular census in India was 1881. Custodian of census data, which means who is the custodian, who is holding the data. India having a very well structured uh, organization in the collection of data, especially for the census data, that is the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, which is working under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. Census 2011, 15th national census, 7th after independence. Okay. Uh, Motto was of the census, our future. Now, come to the demographics of India. India is the second most populous country in the world after China. You all are aware about it. Sustains 17.5% of the world population with a meager 2.4% of the world's surface area. As I told you earlier, India having a 17.5% of the share of world population with merely 2.4% world area we have. There are also a reason of low per capita income, as I told you earlier in my earlier video. Okay. The next point is the annual growth rate of population. Annual growth rate of population is 1.43%, 93rd in the world, right? Decadal growth rate population was 17.65%, almost. This point I have been already discussed in my earlier video. Now come to the demographic features, right? Which is the most important part of this video. How Indian population looks like, and why it is. The first is the trend and the pattern of growth of population. Uh, Trend and pattern of population, uh, growth rate of population is the first point of demographic feature. If we look the census from 1901 to 2011, almost 110 years. Okay. In 1901, the population of India was 23.88 crores. Okay, and the annual growth rate was 0.3%. Okay, and it increases 20 to 25.12 crores. Okay, and the annual growth rate in 1921, and the annual growth rate was negative 23%. It is very important to remember you that the 1921 is also known as the year of Great Divide. Why it is so important in the history of population? Because after 1921, Indian population never goes into the negative growth rate. After that, yeah, in 1921 census, India recorded a negative growth rate of of 0.3. After that, India never recorded a negative growth rate. India always comes to the positive growth rate with very high positive growth rate. Okay, that's why 1921 is known as the year of Great Divide, and it is very important in terms of demography of India, demographic history of India. When when we come to the 1951, which is the first census after India got independence, right? In 1947, India have been divided into two countries, that is the India and the Pakistan. After division, India conducted a census in 1951. At that time, India's population was 36.1 crore, right? And the population growth rate was is 22, sorry, 2.1 uh, percent annual growth rate, right? And it increases further in 1981. India's population was 68.52 crore, and annual growth rate was 2.25 uh, percent. Okay, and in 2001, India recorded 102 crore population, and annual growth rate is 1.95. You will find that after 1991, or not 19, after 1981, right, census, India recorded a decline in the population growth, because in 1981 India's annual growth rate was 2.251. In 1991 it comes to the 2.41 14%, and in 2001 it was recorded 1.95% annual growth rate, and in 2011, which is the latest census of India, uh, it was recorded 1.14% annual growth rate. Okay, there are some point which is important to note, that period of a stable population, right, where population were not increasing or decreasing. That is the 1901 to 1921 year of Great Divide. As I told you, it was the 1921 period of steady population growth rate. That is the 1921 to 19. So steady means slow growth rate, right? Slow growth rate in the population, which was the 1921 to 1951 period of population explosion, which was the 1961 to 1971 high but declining growth rate, 1981 to 2011. Decadal growth rate of 2001 to 2012 was 17.7% in the rural areas, and 12 point in aggregate was the 17.7%. But we divided these growth rate into rural and urban. In the rural areas, it was 12.3%, and in the urban areas, it was 13.8%. Why it is so high in the urban areas? The reason is that the migration takes place in India is oftenly, people are usually migrated from rural areas to urban areas in the search of employment. That's why in the urban areas, the growth rate of population was very high. Uh, Now come to the second point: share of share of states and UTs in total population. Right. Most most populated state in India is the Uttar Pradesh. Least populated state in India is the Sikkim. Most populated UT, Union Territory, which is directly controlled by the central government. NCT, National Capital Territory, Delhi. Least populated UT, that means where the population is least, that is the Lakshadweep. The four big states in terms of area, that is the Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and uh, sorry, in terms of population, four big states: Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, uh, Madhya Pradesh, and Bihar account for about almost 40% of India's total population, right? Density of population. I think you all are aware about the density of population. The density of population, it means the number of person living per 1 square kilometer area, ratio of number of person per square kilometer of land area. The density of population in India is 382 as per 2011 census data. Uh, this this was in 2001 it was 324. The density of population was low as 7.7% is 7.7% per square kilometer in 1901. Sex ratio means the number of male per thousand, sorry, the number of female per thousand male. As per the latest census, sex ratio is 943, and it was 933 in 2001, which is improving. That is the good side for India. In 1901, sex ratio was 972. Sex ratio of India shows a higher ratio male in population and a rising tendency towards masculinity. Right. Life expectancy, the average life expectancy of birth in India has been gradually increasing. In India, average life expectancy, which is used to be around 42 in 1960, it climbed to 65.5 in 2001. Literacy rate, the literacy rate of the population was in 1950, what was 18.33% were literate. It increases 52.21% in 1991, which in 2011 literacy rate of India was 74.4%. Okay. uh, in the literacy rate, male literacy was 80.8%, female literacy was 64.6%. Kerala is the most literate state, followed by Lakshadweep, and Bihar is the least literate state. Age, compo- uh, age composition uh, of Indian population. India is a young country in terms of age of the population, right? Uh, 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 the proportion of working population in the age group of 15 to 64 has been declining. Urban-rural proportion in 2011, rural population was 68.8, urban population was 31.2%. Birth rate and death rate in 2011, the birth rate was 21.8% and death rate was 7.1%. Okay, uh, so this was the features of demography in India, demographic features of India. I think it is quite clear for you all that this is the most important feature of demography in India. You should be go through of it, and you might be get some other information as well in this video or notes. Thank you so much for watching me, and keep watching. And I will make another video for the another topic. Thank you so much.